American Express says the cost of going to a wedding, attending a wedding, is up 75% over the past 2 years. American Express pegs it at probably cost you about $600 a couple now. Now, where are they getting that from? Well, gift. You're going to buy a new dress. Maybe the guy will buy a new suit to go. In the end, you're spending more than you think you're spending. All right, let's ask a local wedding planner about that. Erica Trombetti is the owner of Infinite Events. She's also a member of the Rhode Island Wedding Group. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning, Gene. How are you?
I'm good. Erica, this is your area.
It is my area. Yes, it is.
You're the wedding planner.
I am.
You know, it's been a while since I've been to a wedding. Give me the ballpark. If I want to have a nice wedding, let's say, look, anywhere. The Inn at the Crossings, the Holiday Inn, or the Biltmore, or the Country Club. What's my ballpark these days? A head.
Okay, so ballpark per head. I would say average, I'd say for Providence is about 35 to 60,000 for the whole wedding.
What?
If you're going to Newport, the minimum per wedding is about 60,000.
I've got three. Hold on, I got 3 daughters here.
Yes.
How much is it going to cost? It's 35 to 60 now for an average wedding.
Yes, it is.
That's like got 200 a head.
It is. And then people are only now giving, 100 to 150 per person. And if you do the math, if you're doing a wedding that is about, let's say, like Newport, let's take that for instance, it's $395 per person. So if you're inviting 200 guests, that's $79,000. And if they're only giving 100 per person, that's only $20,000. So you're still left with a $59,000 note.
That's if. In other words, if you're going to a wedding these today as a couple, 2 people, you're a couple. You're supposed to give, in your estimation, $100 a head, $200 on the envelope?
Exactly.
I bet a lot of people don't do that. They're probably a little on the shy side.
They are. Some of them, average can be 85 to 100 depending on location. If you're going to more places like Newport, it should be about 100 to 150 per person.
Right. Erica, hold on. I want to do traffic and weather, but then this fascinates me. We're going to talk more with Erica Trombetti. She's the wedding planner. $100 a person in the envelope. That's what you're supposed to be doing. All right, Vic Edwards, good morning. All right, we're going to continue our conversation with the cost of weddings in Rhode Island right after Bill Happman's headlines.
How much, Gino, how much did she say? $100 for a wedding?
Well, it's per person. You should put $100 in the envelope now. So if you're a couple, it's $200 in the envelope. Because that's what the bride and groom is spending more on that. For the average wedding, it's costing, they're losing money on you per head.
Oh, so it's $100.
$100 a person.
Chicken better be good, you know what I'm saying, Gene?
Oh, I'm going to give you veal piccata for that.
I better not sit next to the uncles that I haven't seen in 30 years.
And don't put me next to the band, please. I can't talk. I can't hear myself think.
Can I take money out during the event?
I'll tell you all about that story, too.
WPR Steve Klemkin is on the way, Gino. Clay Pell's insisting ideas are more important than lost cars. Top stories on the way at 8, News Talk 630. WPR News Time is 7:49.
All right, Bill, thanks. All right, back to Erica Trombetti now. She's the owner of Infinite Events. She's a wedding planner. Erica, you were telling me just before we went to the break that in Newport, if you want to go to the mansion, you need the caterer. In the end, it's almost $400 per couple, did you say, or $400 a head?
Yep, per person. So $395 per person is what it's going for in Newport at one of the venues.
$800 a couple?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean, I'm stunned.
But it includes, the venue, the caterer, the valet service. So it includes some things, but that is a roundabout price. You're not looking at anything cheaper than $60,000 in Newport.
Okay, now just move me to like a place like the Inn at the Crossings, the Warwick Country Club. What am I looking at there? You've done them all.
Yes. There you're looking at about 30 to 40, 45.
How much is that a person?
That comes out to be about $200 a person. If you're doing about, 40,000, it's about $200 a person.
Wow.
Yes.
And this is not sort of, you would call it, it's a very nice wedding.
Yes,
but
it's very nice.
We're not talking an over-the-top crazy wedding. It's a very nice wedding, right?
Yes, it is.
And that's what they're getting. So in other words, at $100 a head or $200 a couple, the bride and the groom, they're losing money.
Yes, they are.
Wow.
Yes, they are. People are also now enjoying it. They're going more formal. They're doing more black tie. We call it white carpet. It's our version of the red carpet glam. So they're going more sophisticated.
Right. Now, I imagine as you get down closer to New York, you want to do a hotel wedding, you could spend hundreds of thousands, or even up in Boston if you want to go to the Copley, things like that.
Yes, and then factor in for your guests. They have to do travel. They have to also pay for the hotel. So not only are they paying $100, $200 just to go, they're paying for their travel expenses as well. So it can get kind of costly.
In other words, if we're having a wedding in Newport, and I invite people from Cranston, it's overseas from them. They have to stay overnight.
Yes, they would have to stay. And it's a minimum of 2 nights stay, so it can get costly.
So when American Express says it's up 75% to like $600 a couple, you can see that. If you're putting the right money in the envelope, if you're buying a new dress, if the guy wants to get a new tie or a new suit, it's going to cost you.
Yes, it is.
Have you ever had brides who have like sticker shock? They say, my father's only giving me $10,000. How am I going to afford this?
Sometimes, and that's kind of where we come in, and we try to help them and, budget. And we also, we work with a lot of vendors that help us and give us discounts if you go through us. So it kind of works out, and we try to save them in the end.
Yeah. Wright's Farm can do a nice wedding. The chicken's very good. They have the big room over there.
It is. And if that's what you'd like to do, then we can do it there as well.
Erica, I think this you've opened a lot of eyes, Erica, on the radio today.
Oh, thanks.
Erica Trombetti, she's the owner of Infinite Events. Weddings are Erica. She's also a member of the Rhode Island Wedding Group. What is that, like a consortium of wedding planners?
It is. It's not just wedding planners. It's all different vendors. So we all have a nice group. There's photographers, videographers. We have tuxedos, dresses, anything, travel. I'm included. We have dessert.
Yep.
It's kind of a little bit of all of your local vendors, and it's really nice for it to be a part of.
Erica, thanks. By the way, let's take some calls on this. Do these numbers sound right to you? 438-9776. Are you putting $200 a couple in the envelope these days in Rhode Island? Can you believe these numbers? $60,000 for a wedding. Wow. All right, we'll take your calls. 438-9776 right after this. Phone calls now. What do you make of these prices for a wedding around Rhode Island? The hotels, the country clubs, $300 a head. Want to go to Newport with the mansion, the caterer? $400 a head. You're supposed to put at least $200 in the envelope for a couple, according to the wedding planner. Go to the calls. Steve in Providence. Good morning, Steve. What are you looking at here? You have daughters.
Oh, yeah. I had one that cost me a ton of money.
How much?
Well, we ran about $50,000, $55,000. We had it at the Belcourt Castle.
Oh, yeah.
And there was about 120 people. We had the horses there. We had the gondolas there. We had everything, but I was still paying for it.
You went into debt for the wedding, Steve.
You bet I did.
Was it a good wedding? Was everybody happy?
Yeah, it was a beautiful wedding. When I got married, I was at the 1025 for $2,500.
Right.
They couldn't have weddings like that now. Forget it.
Steve, you won $50,000. The guests, did they put $200 in the envelope like they're supposed to?
No way. Half of them, they even put $50, $100, depends on who they were.
Oh, what an embarrassment. No good, Steve.
Well, something, at least everybody had a good time. My daughter had a good time, and that's what counts.
That's good. Steve, thanks. Mike in Pawtucket. Mike, go ahead. What about these numbers they're saying about a wedding?
There's two things people remember. One is the food, and the other one is the band and the music, and that's it. All the rest of it, they couldn't tell you anything. What the bride wore, what kind of flowers. And I've been to weddings in Newport, which were expensive, but I think that, and I hate to say it, I think they just, they con a lot of people into all of this stuff, which isn't necessary. But, that's the way it is.
Yeah, they're saying you're supposed to put $200 in an envelope now per couple. You agree with that?
I don't agree with it, but I do it.
All right. Well, you're a good sport. Mike, thanks. Mike in Pawtucket.